guests, members of media, friends. Good afternoon, all of you. Today is the World CSR Day, so it is very much relevant that we discuss about social entrepreneurship, particularly with a well-known personality and achiever like Mr. John O'Shea, a celebrity humanitarian from Ireland. I welcome you, Mr. O'Shea, most heartily on behalf of the Chamber and all of you present here to this interactive session. Sir, I understand social entrepreneurs are individuals with innovative solutions to society's most pressing social problems. They are ambitious.
I had fallen in love with an Irish girl when I was only a child. Shouldn't have been allowed back in 1962, but that love has endured, but no less stronger than the love that I have for Calcutta since my first visit. What I mean by that is perhaps my dealings with the poor of Calcutta and its villages and so forth has been something quite unique in my life. And even though the organisation I ran for 35 years took me to many of the 54 countries and all of the major humanitarian tragedies from the Cambodian genocide in 78 right up to Haiti and the tsunami and so forth, I've never ever been able to get Calcutta out of my system, nor did I want to. I felt that I had an obligation, be it physical, moral, call it what you like, to do whatever I could to alleviate the awful suffering that I saw there first when I came, because I come from a cocooned, allegedly developed society, Ireland. I couldn't understand what I was seeing in Calcutta, and I more or less pledged that I would at least do something to alleviate a little of that suffering, that awful suffering. But it wasn't just that, it was the way I was greeted. I have never met poor people who behave the way the poor of Calcutta behave. They're quite the most beautiful human beings imaginable. And the way they're so docile, they just tolerate their lot. They're so grateful for anything they get. And they're so genuinely friendly, as I have found, and so concerned about other people. I was telling the story this morning to another group of the time I was in school and with 800 or 900 pupils. And all I was doing was giving, in this occasion, 4 or 5 toilets. And the students knew me. It was in the countryside somewhere. And I got a lovely welcome. But I got a lovely welcome anyway. But they were especially welcoming. And after I cut the tape, they all cheered. But then the man in charge looked at me and said, "John, you have to officially open the toilets." So being a Kerry man, I have a little bit of sense back here, and I said, I think this man wants me to do a wee-wee in the toilet. Because I believe they haven't got contaminated yet by all the problems that are afflicting us. And try and convince them that they have a very serious role to play in the whole business of providing the poorest of the poor with at least the essentials for life. Now, I make no apology to anybody for saying that the international community has failed utterly the poor of the forgotten world. In the 35 years I was involved, I can only talk for that. I was in all of the disaster areas. I saw the impact that agencies made. I saw the impact that governments didn't make. And, I said, hey, what's going on here? These are human beings. They're dying in their millions. And the biggest powers on the planet, the UN, the EU, the governments, whether it's the corrupt governments of the forgotten world or the allegedly generous, rich governments of the West, they were all failing. And when I look at specific situations, I just usually hone in on 5 countries that I had fairly good knowledge of. Firstly, Cambodia, because it's the first country I visited that were suffering from a genocide. I don't think I knew anything about genocide until I went to, I convinced the government to pay for an airplane. The government, Aer Lingus, refused to give me the plane because there was no evidence there was a runway in Phnom Penh. But I was so energized at reading about what Pol Pot had done to his people, I said, I'm going anyway. So I found a pilot who wasn't interested in whether he came back or not. And he said, I'll land the plane somewhere. So off we went. Now, that tragedy that opened my eyes to a lot of things. 1 million people were slaughtered there, and there was no involvement of any government. No government showed the slightest interest. In a lot of countries in the forgotten world is of a prodigious nature. So it needs a prodigious idea. The sort of ideas that the people I mentioned to came up with. So, with the 2%, it gives you an idea. You now have a chance to want to see how best can we utilize that. How can we? Is it the suggestion that John O'Shea had? Is that a good one? Let some of the staff understand what poverty is, because it's only when you live with it you understand it clearly. I think myself, it's only my personal view, but there's an opportunity now, and it means people will be talking about it. And I was delighted when this gentleman read information there about other entrepreneurs. I knew about Javad Abidi, I knew about Gloria de Souza, and of course Gerald de Moria, which I think was one of the great humanitarian acts in history, where a young girl, just wanted to help some children, some child prostitutes on the side of the road, gave them a phone number, and before you knew it, she had started Childline. So now it's everywhere. So children in my country who feel neglected or unwanted, or nobody looks at me or no one dances with me or whatever it is, and they're contemplating doing something terrible, they can go to Childline. The power of what Tulip and Moria did. If the United Nations had done that, Jesus, they'd be celebrating every day for about 2,000 years. This young Indian girl. So it's in people. It's in their DNA. The social conscience idea, passion, call it what you like.